Hi everybody, and welcome to episode 2 of Leading with Wine. I want to thank everyone for joining me on my first episode last week. I really do appreciate the support. We got a ton of views, a ton of comments, and a few shares, so I really am really grateful and appreciate the support. I hope you enjoy this video, and so welcome. But first, I do want to make a clarification. I know that in my first video, we talked about the tempranillo, and I wanted to make a clarification on the price. So I want to make sure that the price was, when I discussed it, $4 to $6. I think it came across when I was talking as it could have been $46, and it's supposed to be economical, so I wanted to make sure that I did address that and make that clarification that the wine that I talked about last time was $4 to $6. This week, I don't know if you can see, I can pull it over here. This is a Hellsberg Ranch Pinot Noir. It's a 2011 vintage, and this is the one we're going to be discussing today with my favorite wine glass from El Paso Wine Fest. But before we get started, I did want to talk about just how my day was with regards to conversations and what I was thinking, and I just wanted to get this started. So one of the things that my day's been about, and I think it's important to share with everyone, is during this time of crisis and change and just not knowing where we're going and what we're doing, is how do we share our compassionate leadership? You know, how are we sharing more thoughtful leadership, not only with our team, with our friends, with our family, our neighbors, and even just total strangers when we're having to go to Walmart and just practice social distancing. And sometimes certain things get us upset because we see other people not, complying with social standards that we're now having to abide by. So how do we share the compassionate leadership that we have all within us? And I think a lot of the time is to take a step back and practice active listening, but truly listening to one another. Because a lot of the times we don't know what we're all going through. We all might be having a family member going through a crisis, or God forbid, maybe they, were diagnosed with our novel coronavirus, or maybe they're just dealing financially with, financial burdens. It's right now, it's a tough time for everybody, and we don't know anyone's situation. I know for myself, I don't like talking about my problems. I don't like really discussing certain things, but I really appreciate when I have a friend reach out and ask me how am I doing, and I truly know it's genuine. A lot of my friends that reach out, always so thoughtful and making sure that I'm doing okay and that they're doing okay, and we have really good conversations about that. So I ask all of you to do me a favor. As you're talking to one another, as you talk to your friends, as you talk to your coworkers, family, grandparents, neighbors, or total strangers, as you're thinking about them, be thoughtful. We all have a lot of things that we have on our plate and that are going on, but let's practice compassionate leadership, because that's really what we need to be doing right now. Reach out to a good friend. Reach out and call them. You don't have to physically see them. Now we have so many platforms to have a good conversation. You could call them via phone, email, or now our new technology with either Zoom, Skype, or FaceTime. So definitely call them, reach out, and see how they're doing. It's a good thing, but really see their mannerisms, their body language. A lot of times they don't want to share, and maybe if you just talk a little more, you'll maybe find out that maybe they're going through some struggles that they really needed to have a discussion about. But all that being said, I do want to get to the wine that we're going to talk about today, which is a Pinot Noir. And like I said, this particular wine is from Hellsberg Valley Ranch. It is a appellation series. I didn't know what that was. I had to look it up because that was new. I'm not a wine connoisseur, but I do enjoy wine, so I like talking about it. Like I said, it's one of my passions. But apparently appellation is more of a protected geographical area where certain grapes are grown, and this is more for the California grape, because this is from the Russian River Valley. This particular wine is about $20 to $25, and it's a good Pinot. It's a good Pinot to have alone. You know, you could go outside in your backyard and enjoy this good Pinot, or you could pair it with some good food or good cheeses and still really enjoy it. So let's get to it. I'm gonna smell it first. You can smell a lot of dried raisins. Very leathery. And I don't know, like a hint of like a dried rose petal. Very, very smooth, as many Pinots are. There's a hint of vanilla, a hint of tobacco. Not too strong, it's just a hint. Some cranberry. Pomegranate. I could really taste some pomegranate. Not too strong, it's not overt, but you could really, really taste it. This particular wine, it's still dry. It's not a fruity Pinot or sweet Pinot. It's a dry Pinot, as it should be. And it's probably on the acidity, a medium plus. Could really, really taste the tobacco. Well, I want to thank you for joining me. I don't want to go over too long. Last time I went over a little longer than I expected. I do want to keep it to 5 minutes, and I already went over my time. I want to thank you once again for joining me and watching these videos, and hopefully I bring some thought into our conversation and we're able to share a good glass of wine. And I would ask you if you could just drop me a little comment and let me know if you're enjoying the video, if you would like to see some other different types of grape varietals, some different wines that you want to learn about, or let me know what you think about compassionate leadership and how you're practicing compassionate leadership during this time of crisis. We really like to hear from all of you. Thank you.